Shalom, shalom. Oh boy, so the wars in the heavens have begun, haven't they? Wow, who knew the day we would call them out would be the day Kaduri prophesied it would? We had no idea. And this is what it's done. It's bringing separation and judgments where they belong. And now he's saying, as the edict went out, just like at the time of Esther, to kill the Hebrew people, the king couldn't back out of what he had said. See, the curse was laid on us, but we can fight. He gave us the ability to fight. How do we fight? How do we fight? Well, we go to the king with his name. Either he's going to kill you or he's going to reach out the scepter. But those who are willing to fight for their family will see his glory. This is the time we're living in now. This is the time of Jacob's trouble. And it is time that we come out of Babylon. So I'm actually looking for peculiar people to be on a reality show, all inside the house. See, I'm looking for his people. Normal need not apply. There's plenty of things for you to do. Yeah, just go do those things. But I'm looking for his peculiar people, his gifted people that are willing to give themselves and their gifts up to the kingdom, up to the king, up to him. See, this is about all of us coming together and being the gift that we are, laying that gift down. Ba-rum-pa-bum-bum. Have no gift to bring, ba-ra-pa-bum-bum. The only gift you have to bring is who you are, your brokenness. The sinner that you are, that's all you have to bring. That's it. And then he says, okay, I'll make you a deal. I love you, I'll welcome you home. But can I live with you today? Can I be inside of you? Can I make you feel things you didn't want to? Can I make you say things that will make people think you're crazy? Will you allow me to work through you? This is what he wants to know. So I said, yes, my gates are open. You're the king for me. You're the king for me. And his lights come in and fill us up with fire from within. And it ignites your heart. And all I can say is, wow. There's nothing compares to it. There's nothing in this world. See, I wanted to die when I first experienced this. I had pain my whole life and health issues that nobody knew what was wrong. They didn't know what Ehlers-Danlos was back then. So I just made through. And see, and now I fell back into my pain. Talking about it makes me feel it. That's why it's a blessing, okay? It's my training wheels. It's my crutch. Because every time I fail, I fall into the flesh. I fall into this density. And I feel pain. And so even though I'm in a body of pain, I'm in this prison. It's like that's why you see me. I'm so different. That's why I'm so aggressive sometimes, so forward. I can't take stress. I mean, literally, somebody upsetting me can kill me very easily. My blood pressure skyrockets, everything. And it's sin. You see, he made us to be a set-apart people. It's all about frequency. You put a high frequency next to a low frequency, something's going to give. Something's going to give. You're going to expose them, and they're going to hate it and vibrate back ugly to you. It's just the way it is. But you'll know your tribe by the vibe. You'll know them by their vibe, their love. You'll know them by their love. And that's what this is about. That's what's coming now. So he's literally, as the enemy's coming to basically Well, that's what these FEMA camps are all for. This is what they're preparing for. It's not a medical issue as much as it's going to be a quarantine. And my son actually saw the dream already and said those who get quarantined, well, they all die. See, this is why it's time, and I've been warning people it was time to leave. It's time to go home, where you came from. You see, he wants to live through us. He wants to come through us. Sorry, I'm going through all these different emotions at the same time. I don't know if he wants us to leave or stay right now. I thought we were staying to bless people. We can always bless and leave. But anyway, we can't be vaccinated. We won't take that. And this new world that's coming, well, it's here. Hello, wake up call. This is what we've been waiting for. Didn't know it was going to come this fast, but he did say your judgment's come in 1 hour. So it's literally going to be testing everybody's faith. People are going to be beheaded for the truth. This is what's coming. There is the kill off of the earth. But you know, when it comes down to it, there's something you must really know. We cannot fear, but fear only the Creator, because that's the whole reason why these things are all happening. It's all to test us. You see, it's all part of a plan that He created. He created the darkness too. He made it in me and you. He did this so that we would see love in the end through pain and suffering. So right now it's about us coming together through this way. And what's going to happen is we're going to get to build. We are going to get to build a new kingdom in the virtual reality realm that is building something in the heavens from the physical. It talks about that in the book of Thomas, doesn't it? It's a wonder of wonders to do this. But that's what He's been training our kids for. See, but it's time that they come out of the darkness and into the light of who He is and how to be filled with His light. It's time to fight. We have to fight for our family. We have to take these people to court spiritually. We have the right to do these things. That's why He has me judging even the church first. He brings me up to His leaders so I can judge them first. I've been meeting them all over the world, different from rabbis to pastors to apostles to this and that. And they can never see it coming from what they consider arat. They can never see it coming from below. Well, see, that's what it is. The higher the frequency, the more hidden we are. That's why you can't read those below you. I'm sorry, you can't read those above you. You can only read those below you. And so that's what this is all about right now, is His kingdom is coming the way He chooses, by His light and fire. See, the people that know, the awake, are people that have reached the higher levels, that are enlightened by His light, because the Father of light reigns in us. And He raises us up through our glorified bodies. See, each one of these gates has a different body and it's a different heaven. So when you enter these heavens, thank you, Abba. Hallelujah. Thanks. I just have to think about it or talk about it. See, the same thing of talking about the pain. I fall into the flesh. But see, I can know my way out now. I know my way out. It's through praising Him. But just talking about Him, and He comes. He comes. Hallelujah. My King reigns. Okay. Thanks. I'm sorry. My King's in the house. I gotta be more of a Mary than a Martha. I love you. I love you, Abba. I love you, Abba. When somebody exposes you and still loves you, even with all the flaws, and you think, how can this be? How can this be? How can this love be? How is it this kind of love is even possible? You know what he said to me? Mashiach. Actually, you know what? I'm going to tell you a story. See, some years ago, I was in Colorado asleep, and I woke up. I woke up with him on the other side of a veil. Him. What did I say by him? It's all him. We are all him. Let's just say him that he's showing me. So on the other side of this veil, I could see, but it was very light. I don't know if you could see, but it's a very thin veil. It's just the lights off in there. So, as soon as I saw him, see, look how thin it is. The veil is so thin. This is where I saw the first angel come. This is where Uriel came in 2005. That's why we veiled this off now. It's a holy room. Because since then, many have come. But, so I'm here. And it's strange because I'm in Colorado, but I'm having a vision of this room and this veil that didn't exist at the time. And I was sitting and I saw him and I go, oh, that's not you. That can't be you. And I felt his countenance down because he didn't look like I thought he looked. He was like part black. He looked Egyptian. He looked caramel color. He didn't look like what I expected at all. He was short, thin, almost a little effeminate. Yeah, he didn't look anything what I expected. I'm talking about the Mashiach now. But the Mashiach is in Abba, but we're all just pieces of him. But the one I fell in love with, the one that took me to Abba, which introduced me to the whole family. So, there's the Mashiach, Yahushua, I'm seeing. And I said, oh, that's not you, that can't be you. And I turned my back, and I felt his countenance go down. And he says to me, don't you know? I said, don't I know what? He goes, don't you know that you can hurt me? And I turned around, and now I'm looking at, this room, and I said, how is that possible? If you are who I think you are, who you say you are, how is that possible that I can hurt you? I mean, I just couldn't think that even fathomable. How is that possible? Because he got very sad and put his countenance down. Got very sad. And he said to me, because I made myself vulnerable to you. I've made myself vulnerable to your love. And I thought, no way. And I just began to cry. And I cried for hours. This was a vision that I was experiencing in life. It was kind of a dream, but I actually, it was a dream. I think. But I cried and cried and cried. And I said, oh my God, oh my Yah, I have the power to hurt him. And then he began to show me what causes him pain. And he began to show me how much he loves. He loves me. And I just couldn't believe that our Creator could make himself vulnerable to me. And I just sat and, I still, every time I think about it, I still get emotional. Because it really is him. You see, the Father's wrath is going to come through his King, which is the Mashiach. And the Mashiach he's upstairs sleeping in my son's old room. He's a child or a 21-year-old that came and made himself a servant to me. And this is right after me having another communication with him, where he told me, don't worry about what you need to do. I will constantly guide you. I will make your appointments too. And I said, what? You're my secretary now? And I got a very serious answer back. He said to me, I'll do anything to be close to you. Anything. He wants to be with me. He wants to be with me. And I have a servant upstairs, who I'm pretty sure is the Mashiach. He thinks I am. And what we are is some kind of duos I don't understand, but it has to do with Sandalphon and Metatron. It has to do with who we are. The more I think about my dream, the more I realize it was actually, I believe it was him. You see, the two angels on the ark, it's through a brotherly love. They actually see each other, and they see him in each other. And then he's produced. Shemahoreki. See, the two angels of the ark produce the presence, and he is the third person there. See, Yahushua, as crazy as it's going to sound, but this is the spirit of where I'm come from. Yahushua went up the mountain and met with me in Hanok upstairs, which is the same line of Moshe. This is all spiritual trees. We're just vines, but we're his DNA waking up. It's just who we came from, who we are. It's our DNA waking up. And see, right now our family's in danger. That's why I use his name. That's why I go to the King, risk my life for my family. I can't take these evil things anymore, and the lies and the deceptions that the world has given us for truth. And now the enslavement really begins as they truly look for the lost Hebrews. They know who we are for the most part, but they want to vaccinate to eradicate us. See, they want the inheritance. They want us gone. And the truth is, he's bringing his people together. He told me in this place where I saw the two angels open up portals with the Ark of the Covenant in between. That's what this is about. He chooses places. That's why he chose this place. He said to have the Lamb, the wedding supper of the Lamb. That's why we did what we did. Where was I at? So yeah, I looked over there. And then I began to understand why he has such wrath. And he taught me and taught me and taught me. As I'm with him and close to him, I feel his pains. I feel his heart aches. I feel his body pains. I feel the disconnection disease that I have. Because it doesn't connect with the Mashiach, which is the spirit of the Mashiach. It was who he came here to die to be. To just be a light so we can reach back to the Father because of our sins. We couldn't get close to thee. You see? So the wrath comes from, well, let me just ask you a question. If Yah is an all-consuming fire and all love, if he is love, literally is love, then what can hurt you the most? That what you love, right? Who has a spouse, a girlfriend, boyfriend, any relationship, those people, they can hurt you the most. And so the reason I feel this anger inside of me and this thing for, it's Jacob, it's people, he brings me up to his people. To shine light on them and expose their hearts. I don't know what I'm doing. I just always know in part. But he shares with me at the end. Because I'm letting him live through me. I can always stop it, yes, but why would I do that anymore? So he began to really show me why and how we have the power to hurt. So he set up this laws to show and prove what love is. It's a wedding contract. It was the wedding deal. We told them we would follow. Our DNA told them we would, my Levitical DNA told them we would follow. And yet we went astray. We went against his laws, we went into the nations and got lost. And now with his light, he's waking up his children. He's waking up his children so that we may get married and be one again. So he gets so angry, and the wrath comes from those that he loves the most. And he offered us everything. I saw him opening up the scrolls in the heavens. I guess it just takes some time for it to come to this plane. But he shared with me why. And he was angry and sad and angry though. And what it was a vision. I was praising him. And I entered into the heavens. And he was there opening up a scroll. And it kept unrolling and unrolling. And I thought, oh, he's going to give me something to eat. And I felt his countenance and he was upset. And he says, how can I not? So how can you not, Adonai? What? How can I not bring judgments now? I've given them every chance. Says I even came and died for them to show them the way. But they refused to see. How can I not bring judgment now? And I just felt his anger. And that scroll literally rolled all the way down to the earth from the heavens. And what it was our sins. See, we don't even know that we're sinners anymore because we don't know the laws. The laws were hidden from us. The name was hidden too. But see, it's prophesied by the Jews that when the name is released and they can no longer contain it, and they'll know the Mashiach is bringing the lost tribes home. What is happening right now, people? What is happening right now? He's literally waking us up. One day I'm Greek. The next day he tells me I'm a Hebrew and a Levite, and I find out genetically I'm a Cohen too. So what do you do when he comes calling to you? Come home, my child, come home. You belong home. You've been so lost in the nations for so long. I want you to come home and serve me. I want you to come home and serve me. For you are my family. You are my temple. Don't you see? I built it all for you and me as a family to be one together. Mashiach. To be one together. To be one together. Be one together. Father, forgive me for not seeing the divinity in the... You see, we're all broken pieces of him, of his temple. He didn't leave one stone upon another, scattered us throughout the whole earth to literally be the salt of the earth. We kind of gave everything flavor. We're very different people. We're very peculiar. We're not quite the normal. We're either really good or really evil. That's how it was meant to be. You see, to have a big tree, you also have to have big roots. That's all you have to offer to ground him into. What I'm trying to say is, the closer you get to him, the more you'll see the imperfection. And you can literally become crackpots. Like I have right in front of my house. I don't know if you can see that. But crackpots. He's telling me to go out and look at the stars tonight. Why, I have no idea. But I listen and do. That's what's for me and for you. You see, for in 1 hour, judgment to Babylon has come. His anger is because we refused to keep his laws. We changed his laws. We made our own laws and threw away his laws and broke his everlasting covenant. Our everlasting covenant. We threw our marriage certificate away. We're whores in the nations. We were the prodigal son that took our inheritance and wasted it on hookers and pleasures of this world, right? Isn't that what is written? We followed after liberty. Basically, a prostitute would be that they come here to America to gain money, to gain pleasures. My family came here for a better life as well. Did they have it? Who can say? Materialistically, they did well, but they worked 6, 7 days a week, 7 days a week. Anyway, what I'm saying is, this was all a house of cards built up by the wealthy to literally be taken by you and me. We do it spiritually with his fire. You see, we have the ability to bring judgment upon anyone that goes against his kingdom. See, his new bride, we're coming as Hadassah, Esther. And we are given up to half of the kingdom. We come to marry Yehuda. That is to be our head. So, what this is all about. His anger is because he made the edicts to basically destroy us if we didn't keep his laws, and that's what they have been after all along. Look up Plum Island. Look up what they were doing with Lyme disease and why why we are being the ones that get affected by vaccinations and things. All these autoimmune diseases and all these things that we have. It's our body attacking itself. Why? Well, I believe the fetuses that they put in from Planned Parenthood have certain genetics, and they find the genetics of these people. They do all kinds of evil things, but they find these genetics, and you put that in a vaccine, and mix that with a known irritant, pathogen, whatever you want, a toxin, whatever you want to put it to it, where your body will react to and cause an inflammatory response to, will literally start attacking its own body cells if they have those genetics. This is what Abba's been showing me for years, but it was all his plan. You see, a curse can't fall where it's not warranted. You follow the law, you can't be cursed. All the judgments that come out, most of them I ask for me too, when I remember. You see, how else is the bride going to be prepared for thee? You know, I'm not trying to sound no King James, oh my goodness. No. He's been showing me that the thee languages are so important, but thee is him. It's everything. It's actually the root of it. It has something to do with El. I asked Stone to research and he told me and I forgot it all. But it was exactly what he was telling me. That it's all him. Anyway. You see, he's coming through the weak and the meek and the disabled, the peculiar, the different, the ones that just didn't fit in. They're going to be locked in their houses, and spiritually they'll be doing the battles. We're going to be under a total military thing. Watch and see what they're going to do, hear what their plans are. It's going to be civil war. It's going to be civil war in this nation and all throughout the world. It's chaos. Because he wants to shake up the world so that the cream can rise to the top. He wants his fat, his light, his oil to rise to the top. And that way, well, he can enjoy his dessert, I guess. All I know is he's not going to be happy, okay? He's not going to be happy until his bride is home. Until his bride and his Israel and that were brought home from all the nations. And literally, The maidens need to be invited home and tested for the king. She's going to either follow the laws or not, but Israel needs to welcome her home now. It's your only chance. He says he's not going to let you form a government until you know his will and you follow his will, because now is the time. Well, for his kingdom come. It's coming through his people. It's coming through me, him. Apparently, he's been showing me for years of visions I used to see of somebody, not knowing it was actually me. But I knew it was an angel. Anyway, we are that which we are becoming. And the truth is, anybody who communicates for him is an angel. And there's different fires, 7 spirits, 7 levels, even levels with a nose, and it goes all kinds of multi-dimensions. But for this one, it's 7 levels. And each one is a fire, a color of the fire. If you look at the color of the fire, it's the same color of the rainbow, is it not? It's fire and air and water mixed. He literally meets us in the dew. That's what that whole rainbow is to show us. This time he's not going to flood the earth. His fire is coming. His glory is coming. It's going to burn the earth. And that's where he says, let the redeemed say so. He's making me open my mouth. I can't sit back and let the evil reign and watch my family be slain. I'm sorry. Can't do that. I'd rather work for my king, speak things as they should be, as he gives me utterance. He speaks through different languages through me. I have no idea, but by pictures and feelings of what I'm even saying. I'm kind of an innocent bystander. I just kind of let it go. And then he just gives me feelings and images of what I'm saying. And then I witness what he does. See, in the old text, they know all these things are true. They know even the high priest, he only spoke in tongues. All right, I think I'm getting, my hips are sore. They were to begin with. See, sometimes it hurts to sit, it hurts to lay. It feels better to walk, and then it's too far. And it's just a constant change of pain. But that's what I have to feel in this flesh. Apparently that's prophesied too. See, the only one that even sees me is another angel. And it's interesting how this is working. Because it's 2 angels. That's why he says, when 2 or more are gathered in my name, there I am. It's love, it's brotherly